educational psychologists, together with his team of educational psychologists, published Bloom's Taxonomy. It is the system that classifies the level of thinking and understanding for learning. This system was created to promote higher level of thinking. This is composed with three domains: the cognitive, affective, and the psychomotor. The cognitive domain is refers to the knowledge and intellectual. The affective domain is referred to the feeling, emotion, and attitude. While psychomotor domain is referred to the speed and accuracy in the physical skills. So now, let's discuss the most popular version, which is the cognitive domain. There are 6 major categories in the cognitive domain, starting from the simplest to the most complex. Number 1, knowledge. Number 2, comprehension. Number 3, application. Number 4, analysis. Number 5, synthesis. And lastly, the evaluation. So knowledge, it's recalling and remembering previously learned material, including facts, person, event, theories, procedure, and a concept. It simply means recalling and memorizing what have you learned from the previous lesson or previous event that you have been.
For example, we learn about these lemons. We want to remember the name, of course, the size, and the taste. What is the taste? Sour, right? Once we memorize this, essentially meaningless fact, we can go to the next level of learning.
So, comprehension is the understanding and grasping the meaning of something. You need to able to compare like terms, combine basic information, and interpret information.
Previously, we learned to remember. On the level 2, we learn to understand. We begin to decode information and learn that lemon is a yellow when it's ripe to eat. And if we take a bite, that is really sour. We also understand that lemons love sunshine and that they contains a lot of vitamin C, which is a great natural antioxidant that keep us healthy. Now, as we really understand a lemon, we can work with it.
So, in the third level, which is application, we apply what we know using abstract ideas, rules, or generalized method. You need to able to use and apply knowledge to solve new problems in a new situation.
On third level, we can apply what we know. We've understood why lemons are sour and rich with vitamin C. To apply this knowledge in a meaningful way, we could boil lemon into hot water and add some honey, then serve this hot lemon to our sick sister who is need of treatment.
So, in the fourth level, we analyze this involve examining and breaking down information into components and how part is related to one another and finding evidence to support generalization.
On the fourth level, we learn to analyze. We study lemon flesh, examine the skin, and look at the levels of the vitamins. We conclude that we can eat everything inside, while the skin tastes bitter and contains traces of toxic pesticide. It ought not to be consumed.
So, in the fifth level is synthesis. Synthesis is arranging and combining elements and parts into novel patterns or structure. You are able to combine different information from different sources to form an alternative solution.
Now, we are ready to evaluate. We analyze, critique, and compare to evaluate our very own lemon as good as sources of vitamin C. As we compare to other sources such as orange and other supplements. If we look at the following properties: vitamin level, affordability, and packaging ways. If we evaluate our thoughts critically without bias, we learn where the lemon scores high and the other scores higher.
So, this is the final level of cognitive domain, which is evaluation. Evaluation is the judging the quality, worth, or value of something. And you need to able to defend your opinion or find something based on evidence.
Now, after we have learned to remember, understood, applied, analyze, and evaluate, now we are ready to create. As we really understand lemon, also in comparison to similar things, we can formulate a plan to create our natural lemonade. It is now easy to come up with a cute shop design, a good name, Sweet Lemon, and a good slogan, natural, healthy, yummy. Alright, I believe that you already know about the cognitive domain, but let's have the recap. Bloom's taxonomy is a toolbox that teachers or students can use to classify and organize learning objective. Its most popular version is based on cognitive domain and assumes that learning should structure from easy to difficult. Following 6 steps are: number 1, remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and create.
So next is the affective domain. It involves our feelings, emotions, and attitudes. There are 5 categorized levels from basic to advanced. First is receiving, second is responding, third is valuing, fourth is organization, and the last one is characterization. So first is receiving. So at this level, the learner will be expected to basically attend the learning session, be aware of knowledge as being important, and willing to hear or receive the knowledge that is being introduced. And lastly, general, just be attentive, listen to whatever knowledge is being discussed. For example, you meet your classmates for the first time, so you need to listen and be aware of their names that is newly introduced. The second level, which is the responding. So you are doing more than just attending. Here, your learners are actually responding knowledge. At this level, the learners will be willing to respond and react to knowledge imparted and actively participate. In a group discussion, you need to respond in your leader or other members to share your thoughts and knowledge. The third one is valuing. It is concerned to the word you attach to a particular object, behavior, or piece of information. Example, listen to others with respect. Fourth one is the organization. It organizes values into priorities by contrasting different values and resolving conflicts between them. Example, recognizes the need for balance between freedom and responsible behavior. For the last affective domain is characterization. Has a value system that controls their behavior. The behavior is consistent, predictable, and most important characteristics of the learner. Example is to revise, to require, to manage, to be rated high in the value, to avoid, to resist, and to resolve.
Letter C is psychomotor, observable reflexive behavior which involve cognitive and affective components. Number 1 is perception, uses the sense organ to obtain cues that guide motor activity, awareness, through cue selection to translation. Monitor, observe, listen, and watch. So sabi niya nga dito, uses sense organ to obtain cues. Kumbaga nakaka-gather tayo ng information gamit lang ang ating organs or paningin and pandinig. So for example nito is nanood tayo ng basketball. So lalo pag pinapanood natin yung basketball, nakikita natin yung isang player kung paano siya tumira ng bola. So ikaw nagagather mo yung information kumbaga ganito pala tumira ng bola, ganito pala yung proper position on how to shoot a ball. Number 2 is set. Readiness to take a particular action includes mental, physical, and emotional set. Perception is an important prerequisite. Show, prepare, set up, and ready. Meaning, naka-ready ka na kung ano yung papagawa sa yung task. For example, sa school, tinawag ka ng prof mo, then sinabi, paki-ayos nga or paki-alphabetical order ang mga nakashuffle na letters. Kumbaga, ikaw meron ka ng idea or naka-ready ka na kung paano mo gagawin yung task na pinapagawa sa iyo ng prof mo. Number 3, guided response. Concerned with the early stage of learning, a complex skill include imitation, trial and error. Imitate, follow, copy, install, repeat, and practice. Meaning, natututo tayo through guide of an expert. For example, nagluluto ka but di ka satisfied sa niluluto mo. So, ngayon mag-search ka through YouTube or Google. Then makikita mo dun, ganito pala, binibigyan pala ng ganito, binibigyan pala ng ganito. Sa pagpa-practice or pagkakati nun, natututo ka or na-improve yung skills mo sa pagluluto. Nananggaling sa mga expert. Number 4 is mechanism, concerned with the habitual response that can be performed with some confidence and proficiency, less complex. Demonstrate, manipulate, collect, draw, use, sketch, type, and write. Meaning, dahil sa nakagawan mo na siyang gawin, so meron ka ng self-confidence kung paano gawin yung isang bagay. For example, sales ka sa isang bentahan ng sasakyan, for example, Toyota. May dumating na customer. Hindi na bago sa'yo na lagi mong ginagawa yung pagde-demonstrate ng kotse. Ganito pa andarin, ganito gamitin yung mga, for example, yung mga wiper na sasakyan, paano sindihan yung mga ilaw. Kumbaga, sanay mo na siyang gawin, kaya hindi ka na nahihirapan or may self-confidence ka kung paano mo sabihin ito sa mga customer.
So next is complex or overt response. Skillfully performs acts that require complex movement patterns like the highly coordinated motor activities. Proficiency indicated by quick, smooth, and accurate performance requiring a minimum of effort. So skillfully means mastery. Dapat master mo yung gagawin mo at masasabing skillful ka kung sure ka at kabisado mo yung mga dapat mong gawin. Then the proficiency means tama yung ginagawa mo at hindi ka nagkakamali. For example, isa kang coach sa isang sport. So, dapat master mo yung ginagawa mo and tinuturo mo. You need to do your best to avoid mistake. So, dapat sure ka sa mga ginagawa and pagtuturo mo sa mga athletic because dito din nakasalalay yung magiging result ng laban sa sports nyo. Then, next slide is adaptation, concerned with skills so well learned that they are modified to fit special requirement or to meet problem situations. So, sa adaptation naman, ang kailangan mong gawin is baguhin mo yung ugali mo or mag-adjust ka para maging fitted sa situation na yon. For example, you are a teacher, so it's your responsibility to teach your students that you need to give or to become more patient and understanding. So, you need to help your students para sanayin sila sa pagbabasa, pagsusulat, and more. So, ganun siya na you need to adapt for that situations. Then, next slide is origination. It creates new movement patterns to fit a particular situation or problem. So, sinasabi naman dito is yung paggawa daw ng step ay naaayon sa situation. Gaya nung sa dance. 'Di ba? Dun sa sounds ng beat, mag-o-originate ka ng step na babagay dun. And another example is, magre-report ka, so kailangan mong mag-isip ng sarili mong strategy para may magandang impact ang pagre-report mo or ang presentation mo at para magkaroon ng magandang result.